We begin tonight with breaking news. Crews in Anderson County have found 2 people dead following a house fire. The sheriff's office says both bodies were found inside a home just south of Rocky Top. Another victim was airlifted to UT Medical Center.
10 News reporter Shannon Smith joins us live from the scene where investigators are looking into just what happened. Shannon, what do you know tonight?
Well, Robin, TBI is still on the scene here, investigating the scene behind me at this house. The sheriff's office, the Anderson County Sheriff's Office, told us earlier that the house was fully engulfed in flames. One person, like you said, is in the critical care unit at UT Medical Center. They believe that her condition right now is stable. 2 more people deceased inside that home. The sheriff's office tells us these are 3 adults, the only victims in this fire, saying again that house a total loss. We talked to neighbors earlier who said, they saw the flames, they saw the smoke, and it was a constant scene down here this evening with so many trucks up and down this road in Anderson County, getting that water to try to put out as much as they can of that fire. Unfortunately, like we told you, 2 people found dead. Their names are not going to be released at this time as this investigation does continue. The sheriff's office told us earlier today that they did have arson investigators on the scene trying to figure out what the source of this fire was. Again, none of that confirmed at this time. All we can tell you is that the house was totally engulfed. We're here in Anderson County. 2 people, 2 adults found deceased inside the home. 1 woman recovering at UT Medical Center. As we continue to get more updates from the Anderson County Sheriff's Office, we'll update you with what comes about this case. Again, those names are not being released at this time. Robin, John, I'm live in Anderson County. I'll send it back to you in the studio.
Shannon Smith with the latest. Thank you.
Because if